Have you ever caught yourself saying or doing something or thought, wow, that sounds just like my mum or dad? Or maybe you feel like no matter what you try, you're stuck in the same old pattern of self doubt, fear, or struggle. And if that's you, I want you to know it's passed down patterns, but you can break free. So, welcome to my space where your personal transformation and spiritual journey meet. And if you're new, drop a comment below to introduce yourself. And if you've been here before, welcome back. It's great to see you again. I'm Robin Plim, an intuitive and introspective hypnosis practitioner, transformational coach, and author. Think of me as your guide as we walk this path together. Now, don't forget to subscribe for regular updates and take a look at my website and my book, Awake, Aware, Conscious, for more tools and inspiration. So generational patterns are beliefs, habits, behaviours and emotional responses that get passed down through families, often without us even realising it. Maybe you were taught that emotions should be suppressed, that you've always had to be strong, or that success means sacrificing your joy, leading to you struggling to open up emotionally. These patterns shape how you see yourself, your relationships, and your life. Maybe you grew up in a family that struggled with money. You might have inherited beliefs like money's always hard to come by, or I can't afford to dream big. And now you find yourself stuck in a mindset of scarcity. These patterns don't just stay in past generations, they influence how you see yourself, interact with others, and make decisions. Recognizing is the first step towards reclaiming your power. So, how do you know if you're stuck in these patterns? Do any of these feel familiar? You notice you're repeating your parents' struggles despite wanting to avoid them. You feel guilty or anxious when trying to set boundaries. Your inner critic sounds like a parent or family member. You feel trapped by shoulds and expectations that don't align with your true desires. I want you to take a moment. Do any of these feel familiar to you? If they do, it's a powerful first step to just recognizing that some beliefs or behaviors might be tied to your family's influence. Now, here's why healing these generational patterns is so important. Healing these personal patterns is more than personal growth. It's about rewriting your story and creating a ripple effect for future generations. So, just for yourself, imagine living free from guilt, fear, or self doubt. Picture making decisions based on what you truly want rather than inherited beliefs. What about for future generations? When you break free, you don't just heal yourself, you stop the cycle for future generations. So imagine your children or loved ones around you being free of these struggles because you did the work to change. Picture this: instead of avoiding conflict like you were taught, you confidently speak up for yourself. Or instead of feeling stuck in scarcity, you make decisions with abundance and possibilities in mind. Now, this is the kind of transformation we're talking about. Your children grow up seeing you prioritizing your emotional well being, giving them permission to do the same. Now, let's talk about how to actually break these patterns. I'm going to give you 5 practical steps that you can start today. So, step 1 is awareness. You can't change what you don't see. So, the first step is awareness by identifying the patterns that you've inherited. Simply starting by asking yourself, what beliefs or habits have I inherited from my family? What emotions or beliefs feel like they aren't even really mine? Take a journal and write down anything that comes up. So, what recurring beliefs or phrases do you remember hearing as a child, particularly the ones that were on repeat? In what ways do I feel stuck or limited, and how might that relate to my upbringing? If you've always felt like you've needed to overachieve to be loved, ask yourself, who told me this, and is it really true? Awareness is where change begins. Now, step 2 is compassion. It's easy to fall into the blame towards yourself and your family, but compassion is key. These patterns aren't anyone's fault. So recognize that your family likely passed these patterns down unintentionally from generations going back. They were doing the best they could with the tools that they learnt themselves. So practice some self forgiveness. It's okay that I've carried this pattern. Now I'm choosing to let it go. So be more empowered. Don't beat yourself up. Just recognize that now you can make a different choice. Now, step 3 is you need to shift the narrative. Once you've identified the pattern, challenge it and replace it. So maybe you could ask, is this belief really true or is it just familiar? What belief would better serve me now? For example, replacing I'm not good enough with I am worthy of love and success. Write down your new beliefs and repeat it daily as an affirmation. This takes practice, but over time you will notice the shift. Now, on my website, I have some free cue cards for just this purpose. So go ahead and download them and give yourself a tool to get you started. So to release them, here are some tools for you to go with. Journaling. Write a letter to the person or the situation that passed down this pattern, then release it. Maybe tearing it up or burning it safely. And meditation. Visualize letting go of the heavy emotions and replace them with light and peace. You want to shift that weight, and those old emotions are going to be the heavier ones. So we want to be finding the emotions that are going to lift your vibration. Meditation's a great place to start this. Now, healing energy is another tool. Seek support through therapy or energy work to process the deeper emotions that you really don't know how to shift yourself. Practices like Reiki or even my own introspective hypnosis can help release these trapped emotions. Now, step 5, you need to create a new pattern. Now it's time we are replacing the old patterns with empowering new ones. So start small. Set one boundary this week, like saying no to something that does not support your new mindset. Begin each morning with an affirmation. I am creating a new path for myself and my family. Celebrate the wins. So acknowledge each step forward, no matter how small. Transformation happens through consistent small actions. So over time, setting these boundaries will become second nature. So what's this going to look like? So when you start to break these generational patterns, you're going to notice some tangible changes in your life. You're going to trust your decisions without second guessing yourself. You're going to feel at peace more when saying no to something that doesn't serve you. You're going to create relationships based on mutual respect and authenticity. And you will feel lighter, freer, and more aligned with your true self. So imagine sitting at that family dinner where you would have previously felt judged or triggered. Instead, you feel calm, confident, and unaffected by the old dynamics. This is the kind of freedom that comes when you heal generational patterns. It's not a dream, it is possible, and it starts with these small, consistent steps. So, are you ready to break free and create a new path for yourself and your loved ones? Here is what I want you to do. Take 5 minutes today to journal on one belief or pattern you feel stuck in. Choose one small action to shift it, whether it's setting a boundary, saying a positive affirmation, or even just reflecting on this video with some of those questions. Now, if you're ready for deeper guidance, I invite you to explore my sessions, my workshops, or the resources designed to help you heal and thrive. You don't have to do this alone. You're already taking the first steps just by being here and by getting this far into the video. Breaking generational patterns isn't easy, but it's one of the most powerful things you can do for yourself, your family, and your future. Remember, you have the strength to create a new story. So I hope this has given you a kickstart on actually doing something about these old patterns and shifting them. Thank you very much for being here all the way to the end. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and leave some comments on what you found helpful or things that you yourself found. So I'll catch you next time.